Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today we're going to talk about start prioritizing what matters most to you. So one of the most important things that you need to focus on to be successful is your priorities. Our mind is pretty amazing. It can do much more than we ever ask of it, but sometimes we get sucked into being overwhelmed and overstretched. It probably wasn't your plan to get so busy. You probably didn't even realize that you were creating a life of hustle and bustle, jumping from one project to another with never enough time. We're so busy all the time doing what we must do rather than what's truly important to us. So, having your priorities in order means that you're able to easily address your priorities in order of importance. And it's so easy to get caught up in the unimportant things, such as drama and television and other small things, right? And when you get so focused on unimportant matters, you forget the things that are really, truly important, the things that are going to help you achieve your dreams and your goals. Hi, Anitra. Good morning. So maybe you had a dream to own your own business, or maybe create a product, or maybe it's even something way bigger than that, like maybe starting an orphanage in a third world country or whatever, right? But maybe you tabled that idea because you had other priorities. Like your 9 to 5 job, right? Or your spouse or your children, or, all kinds of different priorities. You can find a healthy balance and you can meet those responsibilities while still pursuing your own dreams too. Having your priorities out of whack can be really mentally draining. One of my favorite quotes is from Steve Jobs, and he says, "People think focus means saying yes to the thing you've got to focus on. But that's not what it means at all. It means saying no to the 100 other good ideas there are. You have to pick carefully. I'm actually as proud of the things we haven't done as the things that I have done. Innovation is saying no to 1,000 things. Isn't that powerful? Because there's lots of things that are always constantly looking for your attention, right? But you've got to know what to say yes to and what to say no to. And when you waste your focus too much on things that won't help you achieve your goals, you start to become stressed out, whether you realize it or not. You might find yourself doing things that are not helping you get to your goals or that are not important to you, and you're spinning your wheel and your wheels, and you feel like you've got so much on your plate and so much to do, right? So focus on what matters. When you learn how to prioritize your life, you can focus with intention on what matters and you can accomplish your most important goals. So there are things that you really want to prioritize, like spending time with your family or starting your business, or maybe that passion project, like maybe it's the orphanage or maybe it's something smaller, right? And then there's things that you have to prioritize, like showing up for work if you have a job, right? They don't like it when you don't show up. Hi, Deb. Hi, Marcia. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. So, but then so you've got the things that you want to prioritize, the things you have to prioritize, but then there's things that like distractions that get in the way of what you really want. So, for example, maybe you're offered a high paying job that seems too good to pass up, even if it means taking you further away from your ultimate goal or spending less time at home with your family. So, is that job really too good to pass up? You have to look at it with your priorities in mind, right? So, day to day activities such as answering emails or running errands or even getting caught up in social media, they tend to eat up more time than you realize. And once you're clear about what's important to you, it's easier to focus on the end result and evaluate whether each decision that you make or each task that you do during the day is going to get you closer to that result or not. So schedule the things that matter, right? In order to make a big change in your life, it's going to require you to put in consistent effort over time. So look at your calendar, maybe at the beginning of every week or Sunday night or whatever, and put the time in for the activities that are related to your priorities. Schedule it into your calendar. And then schedule everything else around those things. So develop those daily habits to achieve your goals. So, for example, if you want to publish a book, spend 20 minutes a day writing. Um, yeah, Marcia says social media can be a black hole. It really can be. It really can. So, yeah, but if you want to publish a book, spend 20 minutes each day writing. If you want to build a better relationship with your partner, set aside quality time, schedule date nights or whatever, but time together without phones and other distractions. Left to the default, your time will never be your own. If you don't schedule it in, it's not going to happen, right? Anitra says, some days I feel like I'm spinning my wheels, but I just have to step back in the mornings and plan my day out. Exactly. Great idea about getting on the schedule so you see it. True. That was from Deb. Thanks, Deb. Yeah, you guys are both right, but getting it on the schedule, because if it's not on the schedule, if it's not planned, then your time's not going to be your own. If you just let things happen, if you just are dealing with emergencies as they come up and you're not planning what you're going to do, right? So that only way to make your time your own is to own it. And so it's those small habits followed consistently over time that are the stepping stones that are going to get you closer to achieving your goals. The most emotionally beneficial part of having your priorities in order is the sense of self satisfaction that you get, knowing that you either achieved your goal or you've made progress towards it. If you haven't made any progress, then when you go to sleep at the end of the day or you look back on your week, you're going to feel like you didn't accomplish anything. But when you get things done that are intentional, then you can reflect back on your week or your month or even your year, and you can see the progress you've made. And this helps you feel proud of yourself. Every time you complete a daily habit, your brain releases dopamine. That's that feel good neurotransmitter. And dopamine makes us feel good. And when our brain gets a hit of this rewarding neurotransmitter, you're going to want to do it again and again, right? Because it's almost like a drug, that dopamine, right? And then when you're wanting to do it again and again and you're not having to push it, then you're on the right track to improving your life. So over time, these repeated habits are what's going to lead to big changes. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. What are your top priorities? What are the activities associated with those things, the tasks and stuff that you need to do to get those priorities? And how do you make sure they get on your daily calendar, they get scheduled? I mean, from what I'm seeing here, people are like, oh, I need to schedule it. So that's great. That's great. We're moving in the right direction. So, hey, please share your thoughts with us in the comments. I would love to hear your stories. Thank you, everyone, for being live with me. I have Anitra, I have Deb, Marcia. That's it. So thank you guys for being live with me today, and anyone else who might be live who just hasn't commented, and anyone who's watching the replay, I appreciate you. So go out there and have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.